Drywallers, shot callers, and everyone in between. Drywall fighting. Dvalishvili taking on Sean O'Malley, the rematch. UFC 316. We're here. We're going to do all the previews, all the picks, best bets. As always, do as you're told. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's dive right in. Let's just get right into it. There's your graphic. Juliana Peña defending against the up-and-comer Kayla Harrison. This fight has sort of taken over the whole card because of all the trash talk. Which don't go at my girl Kayla. Her and I grew up eating the same microwave meals, you know, living that blue collar lifestyle. Like, I don't know if Juliana's a dog. Juliana is a dog. Don't get me wrong. So yeah, very compelling card. I think it's actually really. There's also like Sean having this new personality, kind of, oh, I'm not smoking weed. I have my life in order. Whatever. We'll see. He's taking on the machine. Let's dive right in, though. Stat card. Kicking off the summer, right? It took Dana a little bit to figure out some of these fights, but they all came through. Let's start off with Markel Medeiros taking on Mark CHONISKI. Mark CHONISKI, first fight in the UFC. So not a lot of, honestly, I didn't do a lot of tape on the guy. I just know that Markel recently handled business against Hubbard. Markel is coming off, some very impressive wins, some very impressive performances. Clean boxing, can keep it on the feet, is able to pick away at you from range. I don't know. I really don't know about this other guy. What do I think the odds are? I think because of UFC experience, Markel will be, and he's probably going to be a bigger man because I think he's, how tall is this guy? Chonisky. He's 5'8". I think Markel will have a slight advantage in reach. And he's 5'10". He's going to have a little bit more of that range on him. So I think Markel minus 270. Is this fight off? No. Minus 205. We'll circle that because I like Markel. I think Markel is a smooth operator. He's cold. He's calculated. He knows how to implement his game plan. And that's, honestly, that's saying a lot about a guy that just is how many fights? I think he's got 2 fights in the UFC so far. Quinones, was it? Yeah. And then, so yeah, and he's performed really well. Had a great contender series. Is active. Fought recently against Hubbard. All right, but let's go ahead and make our pick. I think he is not as explosive as I'd like him to be sometimes in his decision making. So I think he goes the distance with Choinski. Something just tells me that this guy, he's like Wisconsin or something. He's Midwest. He's going to be a tough fuck. All right, let's move on. Quillan SALKILLD taking on Yanal ASHMOUZ. SALKILLD recently almost beheaded Anshul Jubilee. And very exciting prospect. I mean, if you know anything about Australians, you know that they are just a society full of maniacs. It's a penal colony. And I think he's a descendant of one of them. I think he's a sick fuck. And Yanal ASHMOUZ, on the other hand, very explosive, very well-rounded fighter. We saw that against Peak. He's an exciting prospect, so I don't know. It's going to be these are 2 very exciting fights to kick off the card. But man, I gotta go with Yanal. I think this guy, he also takes him to decision. But I think this guy can sort of, what he did against Peak is very impressive, especially if you know how strong Trevor is, which obviously we know. He's one of our children, and we've had to wrangle him in at Walmart, make sure he doesn't tear up the place. He's one of our guys, so we know how strong he is. And Yanal was wrestling him. That's some special strength. I know Yanal had a tough out against Patterson, was it? No, that's who he knocked the fuck out. He recently he broke his arm against it was a tough fight though. Yeah, Chris Duncan, which Duncan, man, has some names under him. If it wasn't for that loss against Manuel Torres, which that was not even supposed to happen. If you look, but yeah. Anyways, I think Yadal's got this one. I think he's got the experience. He's fought against dogs. Very crafty. Very crafty. He's a very crafty guy. What can you say? All right. Another minus 205, like minus 230? No way. What? What am I not seeing here with Quillen? I know that he's got good ground game, but what am I? I mean, there you go. Let's talk about our 3 best bets. Get it out of the way early. We have your greater value, better choice. That's going to be your blue chip. That's going to be like your bit of a slight favorite, minus 105s, minus 110s even, all the way up to 280s. It's just about winning. It's about your greater value, better choice. You know you're going to put down some money, but you know you're going to get it all back and some. Moving on, we have your ass shaker moneymaker. That's going to be your long shots. That's going to be your plus 500s, plus 400s and up. We've hit our head off the goalpost with those. And then you have your dog barking off the collar. This is going to be your underdogs, plus money that we're just going to lay down some heat and ride with them. Right here, I think this is an ass shaker moneymaker with It's wild. I think we might juice it up and see what by knockout is. But this is a great ass shaker moneymaker. Really good long shot. I don't know why these odds are there, so I'm going to ride with. I'm going to bet on myself. And there you also have Markel, maybe a greater value, better choice type bet. But we can move on. Let's move on. Jun Sang Yu also debuting, taking on Jekka Saraghi. Jekka has some weird losses. He's a funny hat wearer. Should have rocked mine. But he's got some weird losses. Weston Wilson, Anshul Jubilee. On the other hand, this guy, Ju Sang Yu, I believe he's undefeated. Yeah. I'm going to ride with the Koreans. I'm going to keep it simple. I think that they are just dogs. They just have a great culture over there. I think he could finish him. If I'm not wrong, this kid has power. He's got some knockouts to his name. Yeah. I mean, almost half the time he'll knock you out. But I'm going to ride with that because Jekka's also crazy, though. Because if you want to fight with Jekka, this is actually a pretty interesting fight. But now I'm going to go with the kid. I'm going to say that he'll have a game plan and he'll land the bigger shots, but he'll be able to also keep Jekka away and not get in too much of a firefight. Let's see what the line. This guy by minus 500. Minus 600. There you go. Makes sense. Let's move on. Good fight, though. These are great fights. There could be finishes early on. These are all dangerous men. These are all 6 very dangerous men. Let's move on. Oof. Some drywall favorites here. Ariana Lipski taking on Kong Wang. Soft spot for Kong Wang here on the program, although she has let us down. But recently, she just masterclassed Bruna Brazil, and that showed a lot. I know that against Fernandez, she tossed that. That was a fluke. And on the other side, Ariana Lipski they just keep throwing killers at her. Karina Silva, Jasmine Jasudavicius. I mean, it's and she's handled the test well enough, but we know that she doesn't do that great on the ground, and that she does struggle with people that pressure her on the feet. And so and on the latter part there, that latter statement, that applies to Kong Wang, and I think that's why Kong does beat her. I think that's why Kong beats her here, because I don't know if Lipski is willing to to bite down and walk into the shadow realm, because that's what could happen. with Kong Wang, or walk into the Shadow Realm more so believe in the idea that you're willing to go to the Shadow Realm, which Lipski's too technical. She likes to stay on the outside. She's quick. She might stay away from Wang. So I think that Wang decisions her, but I think Kong goes after her. I think, yeah, just Kong's on something special. And I want to keep believing. I do want to keep believing. What do I think the odds are here? Probably Wang minus 300. Minus 550. Makes sense. Makes sense. We're on the ball today. Last fight card, I was horrible. I mean, absolute stinker. And one of the more bamboozling events I've ever been around in this sport. Now I'm a fucking dirty casual. Like I started watching this because I saw Khabib ragdoll McGregor, and I was like, I need to know how to prevent that. I remember I was with a girlfriend, and I just kept looking at her like, I don't know how to get a person off of me. So yeah, and then this journey started, but this is last week was bamboozling, but I am on it. I'm seeing the same things that the line makers are seeing. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not. I mean, whatever. This is a good fight. Let's move on. Chaos Williams taking on Andreas Gustafsson. Andreas was supposed to fight last week. Got scrapped because Trevin Giles fell on his head from the weight cut. I don't know. Chaos Williams recently, bad graphic, bad optics against Gabriel Bonfim, just getting put out. But Chaos is always invited to the cookout. Chaos is just high tea, just dirty riding. And I like what he brings. He's very tough, very, very skilled with the boxing. He is showing signs of maybe slowing up, or I don't know, maybe he needs to. His game plan lacks a bit of momentum, like building on the momentum that he does get at times. And I think it's because he just carries a lot of weight for the division, and he just gasses a little fast. But thankfully, he's fighting a juice box. This guy is taking a page out of Gerald Mearshot's book, and he's just ripped. Dude is just absolutely juiced up. This is definitely one of the Super Olympics. What are those, like the new Olympics with the steroids? This is one of those fights because these two dudes are crazy physiques, but kind of donkey brains. Andreas is going to try to wrestle, which is going to be tough for Chaos. I don't know how he's going to deal with that. But if Chaos is able to get him up, he knocks him out. I just think that I've seen such sloppy boxing, sloppy striking from Gustafsson in general, just kind of sits there and doesn't really move his head. Chaos is probably a minus 300. Minus 192. That's wow. Okay. That makes sense. I'm probably staying away from that because I could see Gustafsson somehow winning rounds by holding Chaos down. But let's move on. We are going to go Chaos decisions. A lot of decisions. Maybe Chaos knocks him out. Chaos knocks him out in the second. Why not? Let's move on. Sergey Spivak taking on Waldo Cortes-ACOSTA. Biggie boy. Salsa boy. Let's start with him because he's been kind of on a hot streak. Took on Ryan Spann, heavyweight Ryan Spann, which I think that he didn't realize, hey, the whole reason you go up to heavyweight is so you can be faster. Waldo is tracking him down. And then handled the specimen, the freak show, Rubeles de Spain, who he's having a great time over in karate. So yeah, he's where he belongs. And so Waldo has been doing well. However, you can't ignore Sergey. I know Sergey recently got clobbered. But he took his time. And now he's back. And he's also had he's had some impressive wins like Tiburia, that Derek Lewis. But yeah, he's just had some tough knockouts. I know against Jailton, it was more just that, Like, hey, too many unanswered. But this is a good fight. This is a step up though for Waldo. I think Sergey handles it. It is an interesting. I think he can take him down. I think he can crack down Waldo. He has good stamina for heavyweight. Like he goes in there ready for the 3 rounds. So I think he could tap him. I think he could tap Biggie. Why do I keep calling him Biggie Boy? Salsa Boy in the second. Salsa Boy in the third. Yeah, can you? No, then he's just going to decision him. He's just going to decision him. I'm seeing that. I'm just thinking, like, if he boxes with Waldo too much, that's not good news, but he can crack him down a few times. Because I don't know if Waldo has shown that he can stay on the feet. I'm going to ride with it. I'm a SPIVAK truther in a way. What do I think the odds are? SPIVAK minus 150? Minus 142. I'm on it. I'm on it. Let's move on. AZAMAT MURZAKANOV. Drywall alert. You already know who we're going to pick here. Taking on Brenson Ribeiro. And yeah, Brenson Ribeiro, look at this schedule that they give him, homeboy. Like, just, this is how you know that Dana hates you. That Sean Shelby hates you. Takes on DR Nurgozai, which I know DR recently got heat checked, whatever. Kyle Machado. Those have actually been, no, those are, yeah, it was, those, yeah, that was a good heat check from him. But prior to that, Gadji Gulov and then Zhang, damn, actually he's had, Zhang, that was a tough fight, whatever. That's what it is. But he also had fucking Gadji Gulov, who I don't even know should be in the UFC anymore. Just a very mixed schedule. So Brenson Ribeiro is growing. It's just he had such a brutal knockout against Zhang that I think that kind of just, that's ruined him for me. And yeah, he's taking on a killer again here. It is not good for his health. This is not good for his health. AZAMAT is probably going to be a minus 300. Minus 625. Why are they doing this card? This just, yeah, they want knockouts. They want knockouts. Does AZAMAT get the knockout? He is coming off the suspension, which, that's how pissed off I am. Bullshit. Our boy is always clean. He is always correct. Don't you ever come at our fighters. And I can't believe that they found him in whatever, like, Siberian tundra fucking cottage he was in. Like, I don't know how they were able to test his piss. Like, but yeah, anyways, he does knock him out. He has to. He's just like that. I think he knocks him out in the second because he'll figure you out. AZAMAT just, he's so quick. It's weird because he's just a professional. He's just a professional. That's what he is. But yeah, I believe in him. I think that AZAMAT does knock him out in the second. Let's move on. Wow, bangers. This is a crazy card. Bruno Silva taking on Joshua Van. 2 drywallers back to back. We've been on a drywall binge recently. Like the last month, we've had like cards that just are full of drywallers. And let's start off with Josh Van, Mr. Slick Boxing, Mr. All Eyes on Myanmar. Free Myanmar. And my boy is just, he's everything you want to see. He defends the takedowns first. You're not going to take him down. He's going to establish that very quickly if that is your game plan. Second, he's going to pressure the shit out of you. This guy, Bruno Silva, thinks he's a bulldog. He's going to find out what a real bulldog is. Does not take a step back, and it's clean boxing. Fast combinations, body work. You're broken down by the beginning of the second, midway through the second round. You're done in terms of your body because of what Josh puts in. Just crazy combos that 3, 4, and then 5 to the stomach. Just, yeah, I mean, more like 6 to the stomach. He's just slick. And yeah, it's 9 in the stomach, whatever. It's depending on who you're talking to. Come on. I mean, when you come do pad work with me, you're going to get fast hands. You're gonna get your hands right. You're gonna get this Canelo hands. But yeah, and that's what Joshua Van does have to propose. Bruno Silva recently got knocked out kind of brutally by Manel Cap, but he also put on a beating on Cody Durden. So this is a tough fight for Josh. I think that this is gonna be a great. I think that this should earn him higher spot in the rankings. I think he handles him. Bruno Silva, I think that I don't know if he's taken enough time. When was that Manel fight? That was pretty recently. I don't know if that's been 6 months. December. It's right on 6 months. He wanted to get right back in there, and he took this fight. I really like Van. I think Van could be minus 325. Minus 650. Yeah. It's just a dangerous fight. I think he does knock him out. I think Van knocks him out in the third. I think Bruno's tough. He goes out there. He's able to wear it, but I just think Josh he's too smooth, and he's talk about a smooth operator. He's very cold out there. He knows how to just, I mean, yeah, sometimes he will expose his chin a little bit, but he's able to rally and then put together the right game plan to win. Let's move on. Vicente Luque taking on Kevin Holland. Luque, who recently he was supposed to fight Nick Diaz, and just he also, we go wherever his cycle is going, because against Rafael he looked juiced up, looked amazing. Then he goes against Jeff and Bilal, and he's looking, not great. And against Joaquin, we obviously know. So it's like, it's right up and down. That's why I don't think it's going to be that easy of a fight for Kevin. I think that against Themba, Luque was looking like Luque. But Themba is also Themba, I think. I don't know if Themba's that guy. It's a very tough fight to pick. This is going to be a pick 'em, right? This is Kevin Holland minus 120. Minus 270. That is, I don't know. I want to pick against Holland so bad here. Why do I want to pick against Holland so bad? Yeah, he is going to be, Holland is like 32. Luque is 37 now. Holland is going to be, no. He's just been around for forever. Jeez. Luque does have that. He has that ability to look like just like an old piece of shit already. He can just look so slow. I can't believe it. It's not like that Themba fight was also like an amazing performance. Themba just kind of let him get into positions on him. Now I have to go Kevin though, because I think Kevin he'll decision him. He'll pick at him, land some shots. Man, this could be an interesting fight though, because what if Luque is juiced up? I don't know. We'll see. And then he knocks all the Mario coins out of Holland, all the Sonic coins. All right, let's move on. Mario Bautista taking on Patchy Mix, welcoming Patchy Mix. I've watched Patchy against Magomedov. I don't know. This is a very tough first fight in the UFC for Patchy. Mario Bautista has shown. I mean, I know that people hate on him for the Jose Aldo fight, but look at him against Ricky. And Ricky has a soft spot at Drywall. I love me some Ricky Simone. Watched him live in Seattle. Put that kid away clean. And Mario handled him. Mario was picking him apart on the feet, throwing his little ass down. Man, it was masterclass. And so Mario brings a sort of pressure and a sort of boxing that I don't know if Patchy's ever seen, and I don't know if it's the right fight for him to see as his debut in the UFC. I kind of like Mario to put a beat down on Patchy. I think it's going to be a decision, though. Man, a lot of decisions. I think it's going to be a terrible card, I guess. I got some like 3 knockouts in there. I got 3 knockouts in there. It just seems like a lot of decisions. But it is, I just think that Patchy's quick. Patchy's quick and he's good on the ground, so maybe the threat of Mario actually putting some hands on him goes away. I don't think he's got enough jiu-jitsu to threaten Mario or like surprise him with anything. I think Mario probably a minus 350. These odds have to be no way. Well, there's your dog barking off the collar. Patrick Mix. Patrick Mix is the favorite. Wow. Now I'm going Mario. Are you kidding me? I mean, the guy, Mario, you have to give credit where credit is due. I mean, the guy is MMA. He is all 3 levels. He's got a crazy gas tank. This is a tough first fight for Patrick, for Mr. Sir Patrick Mix. That UFC Octagon main event, like, those lights get hot. Those lights get hot. And I don't know if he's ready for that. So I'm going with Mario, and that is going to be my dog barking off the collar at plus 150. Let's move on. Kevin Gastelum taking on Joe Pyfer. Rescheduled this one, finally. They were supposed to fight in Mexico, but I think Pyfer ate the tacos that Merab ate that one time, you know. Go ahead and take a look at that. Look back in the Drywall Rolodex. Peep that out. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. Do as you're told. But yeah, this is going to be I picked Gastelum because of the whole Mexico factor. I really did. The first time that they were scheduled. I don't think that that's going to be the case anymore. I think Joe is going to put him out. It's Las Vegas. He's going to do his job. He's going to be a crazy favorite too, probably minus 500. Minus 380. Minus 380. That works. And he probably does knock out Kevin Gastelum. He's probably the first one to knock him out. I think he knocks him out in the first because Joe, I'm a Joe believer. He really burned me against Hermanson, but I mean, that happens. He's kind of a young buck in the way, and 185 doesn't make any fucking sense. 185 needs another overhaul, like 170. And yeah, Joe against Abdul Razak, he had a great performance. Recently against Barriou, he handled business. He has that patience. He has insane power. I just don't think that Gastelum is going to be able to. I mean, we saw him against D-Rod down at 170, and he looked good, and now he's back to 185. He doesn't look good at 185, so I think Pyfer handles him. It's just going to be too much. It's going to be too much, and Kevin doesn't have any sort of wrestling to be able to, like, mix it up. He does have wrestling, but he doesn't use it, and I don't think he's going to be able to use it against Joe. I mean, this is a Philly fuck. Like, he's going to be able to put on his singlet and go wherever you want to. So I think Pyfer is the pick. It's going to be an exciting knockout. Could be the end of Kelvin. Could be the end of Kelvin in the UFC. Because he does have a draw. He might have a home somewhere else and get paid a bigger paycheck. It's just one of those things. Let's move on, though. Juliana Peña taking on Kayla Harrison. This is the people's main event. This is the people's main event. These two, this is going to be a proper bathroom fight. This is going to be a proper bathroom fight. I think Kayla ragdolls her. I think Juliana's tough. But people that are worried about the Kayla Harrison weight cut and all this stuff, like, we're talking about a true, like, mental warrior. Like, her discipline, Kayla Harrison is a freak. Kayla Harrison is, like, programmed by AI. I don't think you people understand, like, Amanda Nunes, I hope Amanda Nunes comes back and fights Kayla Harrison, because that would be a good fight. And I hope that Amanda is having some hard rounds in the gym right now, because Kayla is something different. I don't think that the weight cut's going to matter. I think she's going to be able to go 5 rounds. Like, simple. And even if Juliana does take her into those 5 rounds, she's not going to have enough. Because Kayla's just going to be, yeah, she's been in this game for long enough now. And she trains with amazing people down in Coconut Creek. I mean, I think that she's going to be able to steal easily 4 rounds before any signs of gassing start showing. And she's also like her trips to GMC, like GNC, must be insane. She's good. She's good. That EPO is solid. So I'm gonna say Harrison. I think she might sub her though. I think she subs her in the second. I really do. I think that she's strong enough. I don't think Peña is great. I mean, Peña is able to handle things on the feet, but she thinks Raquel has the ability to put on that domestic violence. Kayla, you don't want Kayla around. A phone call ain't going to save you. Kayla put your lights out. So I think that she does. I think that she'll be able to be patient, kind of figure out what. It's going to be a first round one, isn't it? It's going to be a first round. So she's going to top her in the first. It's going to be insane. Harrison is probably what? Minus 400? Minus 750. Yeah, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. Let's finish off the card with the very much expected rematch. Merab, the machine. Hey, guys. Listen, guys, belt, this don't mean nothing to me. It's about being mad. Taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley. Let's start off with Sean because I think that this is a defeated man. I really think that the whole, you can look at the whole not smoking, the not dyeing his hair, the not letting other men fuck his wife, the not, doing too much social media, all this shit. You can look at it like he's locked in, or you can look at it like, hey, I want to let people know that I tried, because what happens on Saturday, I tried my best. You're just looking at a generational champ. You're just looking at a guy that will not break, could walk in there with all of his toes broken, which we know that's going to be like a whole thing. And he's not going to blink. He's not. Like, Merab is just too tough, insane pace. He is getting up there in age. I mean, Merab is a wild athlete. He is 34. Like, and that's a punishing style to have. Sugar could find him. It is 5 rounds. I mean, this one is probably Merab minus 220. Merab minus 285. Wow. Merab decisions him. Would be interesting if he tapped him. I've thought about that. Like, what if he just taps him? What if he does just like finally like, yo, you guys want to see finishes? Here it is. But yeah, Merab's the pick. I just think that we are looking at a generational fighter. Somebody that is going to leave a legacy at 135. I really think so. And he's got some up-and-comers that he might take on. Maybe a Marcus McGee, because I think Marcus handles business against Peter Yan. Maybe a Vinicius Oliveira. There's guys at this 135 that are coming up. Maybe he takes on Umar again, or Corey Sandhagen is probably next up. So yeah, I just think we are looking at the machine, and he's got at least 3 more fights in him, I think, at this level, because he has had a crazy schedule. I mean, look at the resume. It's insane. Marlon Moraes, Jose Aldo, Piotr Yan, Henry Cejudo, Sean, Umar, and then you look at the way he handled those fights, just imposing his will. So he's the guy. Hey, guys, you cannot count out Georgians. I also come from crazy mountains. Hey, listen, guys, listen. So he's the pick. And I think that we did our bets. They're perfectly set up. Markel Medeiros is going to be your greater value, better choice, your blue chip stock. This is going to hit easy money. Yanel ASHMOUZ, your ass shaker moneymaker. It's a little bit light, plus 425. But hey, I'll just show you what I'm going to bet. I think 5 mil. I think 5 mil on Markel. That pays out good. That's a quick 2.5 mil. 2.5 milli, pretty much. Yanel ASHMOUZ, I'd put a milli on this. No. Go 1.5 million. Go million and a half. Go million and a half. Look, 7.8. 7.8. That's easy money. Mario Bautista. I mean, why not? Why not just go maybe 4 mil here? Maybe 4 mil to get you to 10. Maybe 4 mil to get you 10. That's not a bad price. I like all those bets. I love them. Last week, horrifying with the bets. But they don't pay me. They pay me to take over around here. You know what I mean? So there you have it, Drywallers. Great card ahead of great summer. Great summer. And as always, don't you ever forget the big train